Good morning, students. Students, we are doing the chapter light. In this chapter, we discussed about the reflection, different type of reflection, then characteristics of image formed in a plane mirror. We discussed about the laws of reflection and then ray diagram of the image formed by a plane mirror. Real images, virtual images, multiple image formation that we discussed earlier. Now, today I'm going to explain the topic that is spherical mirror. Students, have you ever seen a large shining stainless steel serving spoon kept nearby our face? Our face may appear bigger or smaller than its normal size. It appears bigger when seen from one side of the spoon and smaller when seen from its other side. This is unlike the case of a plane mirror, where we get an image of the same size as the object. But in this, for example, it is the spoon, stainless steel spoon. In this, sometimes the image appears bigger and sometimes it appears smaller. When we see from one side of the spoon, we find that the image is smaller and from other side it is bigger. The difference is due to the curved nature of the surface of the spoon. Thus, we realize that a curved reflecting surface or mirror behaves in a different way as compared to a plane reflecting surface or a plane mirror. Curved mirrors can occur in a variety of shapes, but the simplest of them are spherical mirror. That means a spherical mirror is special type of mirror whose surface is a part of a sphere. Spherical mirror, a special type of mirror whose surface is a part of a mirror. That means we can say if the mirror is formed by a sphere, then it is a spherical mirror. It is of two types, the concave mirror and the convex mirror. Suppose there is a spherical ball of glass and we cut out a section of this ball. We cut out a part of this ball, and if we now polish the outer side of the section, then then cover it with a silver layer and a protective paint, we get a concave mirror. That means when we polish the outer side of the section of sphere, then we will get a concave mirror. That means the inner side is the reflecting surface and it is a concave mirror. When the silvering and protective paint coating is done on the inner side and outer side is the reflecting surface, then we get a convex mirror. So now it is clear to you students that spherical mirrors are the special type of mirror whose surface is a part of sphere. They are of two types, concave and convex mirror. What is the difference between these two mirrors? If we have the mirror which is a part of a ball, spherical ball, sphere, and we polish the outer surface of the section and the inner surface is the reflecting surface, then it is a concave mirror. And when we polish the inner side of the part and the outer side is the reflecting part, then it is a convex mirror. Now we will discuss about the terms used in connection with spherical mirrors. Now the terms related to the spherical mirrors. The first one is center of curvature. Since the mirror is a part of a sphere, the center of curvature of the spherical mirror is the center of the sphere of which the given mirror is a part. As you know that it is a part of a sphere and the center of that sphere is known as the center of curvature of the spherical mirror. The second one is radius of curvature. The radius of the sphere which the given mirror is a part is known as the radius of curvature of the mirror. Third one is the pole. This is the midpoint or the central point of the section or the part of the sphere used for making the given spherical mirror. That means the part which is used as the spherical mirror from the sphere, the midpoint of that part is known as the pole. The next one is the principal axis. The principal axis of a spherical mirror is the line joining the pole of the mirror and its center of curvature. Line joining center of curvature and pole of the mirror is known as principal axis. Next is the normal. The normal to a spherical mirror at any point on its surface is simply the joining that point to the center of curvature of the mirror. The line that join the center of curvature of the mirror from the surface is the normal. In other words, it is just the radius of the sphere at that point on the mirror. Next part is the focus. Suppose there is a beam of light rays parallel to the principal axis of a spherical mirror. There are so many rays of light and all of them are parallel to the principal axis of the spherical mirror. Then what will happen? These rays actually meet or converge at a point on the principal axis of a concave spherical mirror. After reflection, they will meet at a point on principal axis in a concave spherical mirror, and in a convex spherical mirror they will diverge from the surface of the mirror, but they will appear to meet at a point on the principal axis, and that point is known as the focus. Once again students, in a concave mirror, the rays which are parallel to principal axis, after reflection they meet at a point on principal axis, and that point is known as focus. In convex mirror, since the rays after reflection they diverge, but they appear to meet at a point on principal axis, and that is known as the focus. The next one is the focal length. Students, the distance between the pole and the focus of the mirror is known as its focal length. Once again, the distance between the pole, which is the midpoint of the mirror, and the focus is known as the focal length of the mirror. And it is easy to prove that there is a very simple relation between the focal length and the radius of curvature of a spherical mirror. The focal length, which is denoted by f, is nearly half the radius of curvature. That is, f, which is focus, is equal to r, which is radius of curvature, by 2. That means focal length is half of the radius of curvature. That means the focus is situated midway between the pole and the center of curvature of the mirror. The radius of curvature and focal length of a plane mirror are infinite, that is very very large indeed. So students, uh, that's all for today. We will discuss the laws of reflection in spherical mirrors and then the image formation in spherical mirrors in next session. Thank you. Have a nice day.